At this time, I'd like to call the Nashville Town Council to meeting to order on July the 22nd, this Wednesday morning. I'd like to say thanks to each of you that have come out for the meeting today. Let us please stand for our pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, our town meeting today, seeking your guidance and your wisdom throughout the meeting that we'll make the right decision for all citizens. Amen.
Amen.
The first item on our agenda is to approve minutes. We have the May 13th minute to approve. Did you find any mistakes on those?
I found one small one that I sent to Lou.
Okay.
It was on page 7. The second to last paragraph. The quote that was attributed to me, I believe, was Xavier.
Okay.
So where it says Councilmember Burns stated that she preferred the 15% increase.
Are there any other
And
corrections?
that should have been Xavier? Mm-hmm. Okay.
If not, do I hear a motion to approve the May 13th minutes?
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
The next meeting's minutes, we need to approve the May 20th. Did you find any corrections to those minutes?
Being none, I move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
At this time, it's public comments. If you're here to speak about the data center, we're going to speak about that when we get to that on the agenda. If there's another topic you'd like to speak, and everybody will have an opportunity to speak then, but if there's another topic you came to speak on, please come up at this time. And Jason, we were going to let you talk about the water tower.
Mayor, Sean's got an announcement he'd like.
Okay.
Two announcements, Mayor. First one, we would like to let the council, let the citizens of Nashville know that we are reapplying for another community development block grant, rehabilitation grant. If you know anybody that is a homeowner that has low income eligibility, please come by the town hall to complete the intake application with the planning department, and we will make sure that you can get your information to our administrator, Mr. Ben Jones, who will be glad to go out and help you assist with this. Just know that if anybody fills out the intake application, it does not approve you to be on the program. It's just the first step to let us know that you would like for us to come out and look at your property. Also, Mayor and Council, we have with us our newest employee in the planning department, Ms. Brittany Richardson. Brittany, you mind standing up? Brittany is our newest employee. She is our ordinance enforcement officer for the town. She has hit the ground running, writing up several properties, cleaning several properties, and removing junk vehicles at some properties already. Brittany has a great knowledge of code enforcement coming from the city of Rocky Mount in their code enforcement division, and we're glad to have her. Brittany, got anything to say to the council? You're more than welcome.
I just have to be a part of the team, and I just look forward to what's on this community.
We're glad to have you.
Brittany also be assisting in the finance department because she had a background at the city of Rocky Mount working in finance, so she'll be helping out, trusting her staff with some stuff they need help with also.
Okay.
So we're glad to have her here. Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Thank you.
Jason's got the water tower.
And then I see. Okay.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. So as of last Thursday, we had a 2-inch water valve blow off of our 300,000 gallon water tower, roughly about 4 o'clock in the morning. Chad was able to isolate that water tower pretty quickly. In the process, we did lose about 200,000 gallons. But in that process, we had some disruptions in our emission system. And what our emission system is what controls our tank levels. So it tells us if the tank levels are getting low, turn on the interconnect with Rocky Mount as well as the wells. So we had some issues with that. I'm happy to report as of this morning, those things have been fixed. So our water towers will go back to normal as of today. Yesterday, we talked with our vendor, who is Vinny from Missions. He's been super supportive. My team and I have been talking with him all weekend long. I've talked with him more than I've talked with my wife this past weekend. So But we did have the water tower over there on Eastern Avenue run over a couple of times. We did have some water loss. I do not want any water loss in our mandatory water restrictions that we're under right now. However, the important thing was not to have the town lose pressure where we didn't meet our minimum system pressure. So happy to report that everything has been fixed. We found and isolated the problem, and we're back operational like normal. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mayor, I'd like to add one thing to that, Jason, and correct me if I'm wrong. Citizens, that's not the first time this tank is run over, because when I used to work night shift, it would occasionally run over like that.
Yes, sir.
But so you know, when that tank runs over like that and we lose that water, customers, citizens of Nashville, that does not mean your water bill is gonna go up.
Correct. Yes, sir.
That has no relation to that. I've seen some comments on that famous Facebook that, Lord, my water bill's going up. When we have problems like that, the town takes that responsibility. Your water bill's not going up because the tank will run over.
And Jason, you are good about letting people know what's going on. And I just encourage people to read that before you start putting negative
That's right.
comments on the Facebook, because I tell you, our staff works diligently to make everything right for the citizens of Nashville, and we let people know. So before you waste your time, trying to spread bad news, as my mother used to say, if you can't say something good, don't say anything at all. Find out what's going on first.
It just stirs up stuff.
It does.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Yes,
Jason.
ma'am. Our team, my team and I take this very seriously. So
I
we
know
don't
you
want
do.
any water loss. So any water loss to us is unacceptable. But unfortunately, we have to keep that system pressure minimum or maximum. And that's just the whole
Right.
thing. So
Thank you, Jason,
Yes,
for
ma'am.
all you do, and your team. Let them know how much we appreciate it. Morris, you aren't here to speak about the data center, are you? No. Okay, you have 3 minutes. Come up, Morris. State your name and the town.
That's like we saying it.
Yeah.
Morris Cupton, Nashville, NC. I live at 818 Birchwood Drive. I have a pond that is on my property, but the problem I've got is the pond has filled with sediment. It's taken approximately 14 years for this to do that, or 12 years I've been there that it's done that. I had it cleaned out at the front one time myself, but it's an ongoing known problem. I get water from Dr. Liberman's Way and up from coming into Birchwood, like going to the country club from the OL and L. I've got pictures of which way that comes. I can kind of control what comes down from the OL and L way, but I can't control what comes down from the 58 way, my way. I have pictures here showing a ditch. Do I need to bring those to you, or?
You can share.
Okay.
Start with Bill, please.
That's each direction that the water's coming down the hill.
Okay.
This is between myself and the old McBride place. This is filling in. This comes from A.B. Swindell's pond area is where it comes in. This goes right under the street at the same location. As you can see, one side of it's blocked. I've made the
This is
town
your
aware of
driveway?
it. My driveway is back over here. Okay, this is between the two driveways. This is the same property right there, and that's how it's filled in. This particular.
Same property as the last picture? Mm-hmm. Okay.
This particular is the pipe that runs into that feeds all the way up from Dr. Liverman's Way. It's coming in from 58. The last culvert seen is at 814, but then it goes underground and goes to that last picture.
This is south of your property?
Yes. Okay, I didn't have time to print many, but this is my pond and how it's filled in. And this growth comes due to the fill-in. The sunlight can hit the bottom of the pond and it promotes the growth. Most of it's parrot's feather.
These trees, you taking those trees down?
I'm taking those trees down. I purchased that lot recently and I'm clearing that lot and I'm gonna grass all that lot. I'm gonna scape it and everything. This is another view in the pond, and where you see it's light green, 2 years ago, I rented an excavator and cleaned it out 6 foot deep so the sun couldn't get to it. So that's just green mossy stuff that's there. The pond now is having problems getting water out as it should. This is a natural waterway that God designed to get the water to go to Saponi Creek and all and out. And that's
Time
a
up,
closer picture. of that.
Marcia. Time's
Okay.
up.
Is that his?
That's
It
what,
is?
yeah.
That's the estimate the town got from Mr. Collins.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. The next item on our agenda is the Girl Scout community.
Mayor and council, the town of Nashville has been selected as the recipient of the Girl Scouts Community Partner Award after being nominated by the Girl Scout Troop 611 in recognition of the town's continued support of local Girl Scout projects and youth programs. We have with us this morning Jennifer Bland with the Girl Scouts, and Kara, one of our part-time employees with Park and Rec, who's also a Girl Scout, to present an award. The nomination highlights the town's commitment to providing opportunities for Girl Scouts to engage in community activities throughout the year. Troop members have participated in numerous town-sponsored programs, including library reading programs, archery, movie night, cupcake decorating, and other recreational activities. The town also welcomes Girl Scout troops seeking community service opportunities and has served as a resource for girls working towards their higher awards. The nomination further recognizes the outstanding support provided by the Nashville Police Department and fire departments. The departments have hosted station tours, introduced the police department's K-9 unit during a troop meeting, and regularly engaged the local Girl Scouts through educational and community outreach efforts. Following the impacts of Hurricane Helene, Police Chief Caleb Shockley and Officer Bell attended the Girl Scout Service Unit Leaders Meeting to discuss local relief efforts. Their presentation inspired several local Girl Scout troops to partner with the Nashville PD to collect and deliver much-needed supplies directly to the communities affected by the storm. This collaboration provided the girls with meaningful opportunity to serve others while learning the value of civic engagement and community service. The Community Partner Award reflects the strong relationship between the town of Nashville and the Girl Scout community and recognizes the town's ongoing commitment to support youth leadership, volunteerism, and community involvement. So at this time, I believe Mayor Jennifer would like to present an award.
Jennifer, thank you for coming out, and thank you for the award. Girl Scouts are very special to us. Thank you so kindly. Let me come around so you can get a decent picture.
And one thing she didn't mention, that we didn't mention on there, is that y'all lost us some cookies during cookie season, which is huge because.
But we like those cookies.
Yeah, it's so thankful because they, helps our troops.
So much for the honor. Thank you, honey.
Thank you, ladies.
The next item on our agenda is the financial management internal controls policy.
Mayor and council, at the June 17th council meeting, the council tabled adopting a financial management internal control policy for the town. After Paige Rutherford, the finance and business compliance analyst with the NC Department of Environmental Quality, found that it was still deficient in several areas. Tressa has revised the financial management and internal controls policy to correct these deficiencies, and Ms. Hufford has confirmed It now meets the requirements of the American Rescue Plan, Coronavirus State and Local Fiscal Recovery Funds Act. The revised policy is attached and ready for the council to approve and adopt with Resolution 2026-24.
Council, did you have any other comments for this? When you read it, was it approved? Okay.
Just a quick question. Does it actually change anything that we do in practice, or it just puts in writing in a policy what we're already doing?
That's exactly what it
Okay.
does.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So do I hear a motion to approve Resolution 2026-24, adopting a financial management and internal controls policy for the town of Nashville for grants awarded from the American Rescue Plan, what is that? Coronavirus, state, and local physical recovery funds.
I make a motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
And the next item on our agenda is the data center. Sean?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Council, as you know, the ordinance 160D-107 gives towns, cities, and counties the right to adopt moratoriums on development to give us time to figure things out, learn things, and learn about these things before we start accepting applications on them. So today, we'll be asking the town council to have the first public hearing of the second one so that we can have citizens come out to hear why we are adopting a moratorium to not allow data centers, cryptocurrency mining, and other AI facilities in the town limits or the town ETJ limits of Nashville. For 1 year is what we're looking at. And we decided to do 2 public hearings. We know that a lot of our citizens work second and third shifts, so they're not allowed to come at the 7 o'clock meeting. So we decided to do it on the daytime meeting for those individuals, and again, have it next on August 4th, the final public hearing on our nighttime one. As we stated earlier, Mayor and Council, this can be done by towns. All towns are getting on board doing it right now, and cities and other municipalities and county administrations. We feel that this is a good chance for us to do this for 1 year. Give us a chance to get with Mr. Harvey, other outside towns, talk with their planners, their plan directors, and their staff to see what they're doing, so that when we are ready to relinquish this moratorium, we're ready to be able to accept those type of applications if one comes. And the council does have a right within a year, if we feel like we are not at a good place with the ordinance, to extend a moratorium for additional months or another year. Mayor and council, that's what I have on this. If there's any questions that the council has, I'll be glad to entertain them. If not, Mayor, we can roll right into the public hearing for the morning meeting, and then I'll come back with the resolution of what we do for the part 2 of this situation. A moratorium is a chance for a town to put a stop or a halt on this type of use. Right now, if we are adopting a moratorium, being that we're in the first phase, if somebody did want to apply for this use, we would tell them right now we cannot currently accept it due to the town council looking at putting a development moratorium to stop this type of use. So we're not saying we are accepting this use. What we're saying is we're taking a stand saying right now, we're going to pause for a year, look at this, learn about it, and then be able to come back with some type of orders to either regulate it or extend the moratorium to continue to allow us to look into it.
Thank you. At this time, do I hear a motion for us to go in public hearing considering this data center?
Move to go into public hearing to discuss data center.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And I have Curtis Smith. If you just come up and state your name and your town.
Good morning. Curtis Smith, Red Oak. I was greatly, thankful to hear the 12-month moratorium. I think it should be 12 decades personally. They lie to you when they come into the community. They tell you they're going to create 500, 600 jobs. They don't do it. That's the construction crews that come in from out of state. On average nationwide, they use 12 employees. Only one local, which is the mowing grass cutting. The rest are trucked in or brought in over here. Nash County is in a water shortage right now. We're on restrictions. The average family uses 75 to 100 gallons per day. And of course, that can be lower or higher. Data centers, the average data center, and of course its size dependable, uses 300,000 to 500,000 gallons of water per day. The Studies have shown data centers increase the temperature within a 5-mile radius, 10 degrees at night, 30 degrees during the day. That's constant. That's 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. The decibel, excuse me, safe decibel readings are 70 decibels and below. Data centers operate at 75 to 95 and higher. They are, and like I said, that's 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. There's no relief. They don't shut down. It's constantly from now on. There are episodes or events around the country now where these data centers have been running. If you're familiar with the Havana syndrome, which is a sound frequency weapon, a lot of locals are becoming deathly ill, sick from the frequencies. Frequencies are dangerous to the human body. There's a ranch in Texas. I don't have the exact name. I can't remember. This year, all their calves were stillborn. There's a data center 5 miles from it. These are very detrimental to the community, to the public, and to humanity. Utilities, they tell you they're going to pay for their own utilities. PJT Utilities, they're out of Pennsylvania. They serve 13 states, including Washington, D.C. They increased their utility bills to residential customers 63% this year. Hillsboro, Oregon, a suburb of Portland. Portland Utility Corporation has raised they've got 37 data centers in this one county. They have upped their utilities to residential customers only 50%. In Virginia, just north of us, Northern Virginia has 200 data centers. Henrico County last week and Loudoun County last week told all public schools to cut their lights off during the day because data centers are killing the power supply. Data centers have priority. We don't. If they get established, they run everything. It is a digital prison. That's what it's designed for. It's not for AI. You can run AI on your laptop. This is to track everything, all we do, everything we buy, everywhere we drive. And those of you who are familiar with Scripture understand Revelation 13, chapters, verse 16 and 17. Thank you for letting me speak. Greatly appreciate it.
Mr. Smith, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a background or qualifications we could know of, or are you just kind of doing research on your own?
I was in millwork sales for 40 years. I did hypocritically, I used AI to research all this.
But it's good
This
information.
is from them. This is Google AI. This is from them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Curtis. The next person, is it Ann Finch?
She said she did not want to speak. She did not know that was a sign up to speak. She
Oh,
just
okay.
thought it was a sign up sign just to say you're present.
Okay, Joe Hester?
Thank you, ma'am. I'm Joe Hester. I live north of Red Oaks, actually at Brattleboro address. And I'd like to speak to the data centers too. And Curtis, thank you so much for investigating this. I'd like to just go over a few things if I only have a few minutes. First of all, the public doesn't want this. 71% of the public is opposed to it. Number two, there are two bills before the legislature right now, Senate Bill 730 and House Bill 1063. I haven't checked out 1063, but 730 is still in committee. Both of them have to do with data centers. Restricting water access and preventing communities from raising rates as has occurred throughout the country, as you just heard. There are currently moratoriums in at least 170 places in the U.S., maybe as many as 300. There are at least 19 already in North Carolina, Wilson, Spring Hope, Wendell, Apex, Boone, Winterville, Northampton County, Rowan, Cumberland, Durham, Swain, Wilson. They're everywhere because these things are not welcome. They are everything that Curtis said they are and worse. Spring Hope, just in Nash County, Spring Hope's just approved 48 new houses. There are 340 at Birchwood. I think you guys or somebody has recently approved almost 300 housing units in Nash County. Development. It's rampant throughout the county. We don't need any jobs for building data centers. We have plenty of jobs to build houses. Where's the water coming from? They just run water down Browntown Road. We don't have enough water. As Curtis said, these places use tons of water. We don't have it. Houses, I'm just trying to skip what he's already said so I don't repeat it. Anyway, last thing I'll say, city implements water. You guys are on a water restriction. The city's implemented. I just got it on my phone telling me to conserve water in the county. We don't have the water for data centers. We're worse than communities throughout the country. Farmers in the West are now opposed to it. I just looked on the internet Sunday. Governor Abbott in Texas has come out opposed to them in rural areas. Town in Iowa, Palm Beach County, Florida, Lexington, Kentucky, New York. It's across the nation. We don't need data centers. The public doesn't want them. What benefit is it to the public?
No.
I can't think of any. The rates go up, the electric rates go up, we lose our water, the noise and heat problems that Curtis has mentioned are absolutely correct. And so what's the benefit to Nash County? A job, a tax? It's not worth it. I'd hope we not only would have a moratorium for a year, but much longer than a year. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Would anybody else like to speak? If not, do I hear a motion to close it? Oh, I'm sorry. State your name and your town.
Larry Cockrell, 205 East Church Street, Nashville. Moratoriums are good. They give you time to think things over, find out what the truth is. AI is not necessarily the truth. Facebook is not the truth. Most everything on AI is negative. Facebook, negative. I'd like the town council or anyone else, WRAL did a story 2 days ago on Richmond County. They went through this same process. They are now going to start a data center in Richmond County on county property with Amazon worth $50 billion. It's going to be a tax incentive for the town to get taxes off of it and for the county. So do your due diligence. Don't take Facebook, AI, and all the naysayers to heart. Do your due diligence and actually go to the sources. They did their due diligence. They looked at a dozen or so different companies that wanted to come to Richmond County, and they actually decided on Amazon. Amazon's going to put in all their infrastructure. Amazon's only going to use a bare minimum of water. 95, I think the story said, % of their cooling is going to come from air during the day. The rest will be during high temperature days that they will only use water. And they're going to use recirculated water, not fresh water. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm new to this area, so I don't know what the rules are. May
Come on
I
up.
speak or do I?
You may speak during a public hearing. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll speak then, thank you so much.
Just state your name and your town.
Sure. My name is Catherine Parker. My mailing address is Nashville, but I think I'm considered Red Oak. I'm not exactly sure, so I'm on the border of Nashville and Red Oak. As I mentioned, my husband and I just recently retired. He's retired military. I'm retired educator. His family's from Tarboro. I'm a Raleigh native. And so we just retired and chose to move to Nashville to be closer to his family and also to move to an area that's more rural. So I am learning more about the area and I'm really enjoying getting to know the community. So thanks for taking a moment to listen to me. I wasn't going to speak, but a gentleman just mentioned Richmond County, and I used to work in areas of Richmond County, and I just think that is a great example of why a moratorium is really important right now. I think it's really important that we do our due diligence and do research because areas are different. And I'm not an expert on what's going on in Richmond County, But my understanding of Richmond County is that it's a very different situation than like Nashville. My understanding is the area that they are considering in Richmond County is adjacent to like a power plant, so they have an energy source right there. It is an area that is already industrial, and they had multiple entities, manufacturers, who were interested in bringing industry to that area of land. And they ended up, for the reasons that they chose, to go with a data center. So I think that it's a prime example of why it is important for us to have a moratorium, because I think the situation in Richmond County, from my understanding, which again is novice, is very different from what I see in Nashville, why I moved to Nashville, and what I would like to see in the future of Nashville. So thank you very much for giving me a moment to speak. And I appreciate being part of y'all's community.
And thank you, Catherine, for speaking. Anybody else? Okay.
Good morning. My name is Ann Fuchs, and even though I said I didn't want to speak previously, after hearing what's been said here, I just kind of feel compelled to come up and just make a brief comment. I also am new to this community, and our daughter brought us here. We have one daughter, and we love the atmosphere of Nashville. It is clear to me, after hearing all of these comments, that this data center, if it went in, it certainly would change the landscape of this area and the whole atmosphere and the vibe and the feel. So the moratorium is important. I think it would be a good idea if the council instilled a group of citizens, private citizens, they can have opinions on both sides, so that everyone can truly understand the impact that this would have on the community here. And that's what you have. You have a community that is like a family, and that is what's going to keep people in Nashville, and I think that's very important. So thank you for your comments, and I certainly will be attending the next public hearing because I'm anxious to know what's going to happen to this area. We just really love it. And thank you for listening.
Thank you, Ann. We appreciate it so much. Anyone else like to speak? If not, do I hear?
Before we go out of public hearing, Sean, what Richmond County, where is that near?
Richmond County should be at the bottom. That's down there by Rockham High School, all that area.
Rockingham?
Down there by Rockham, not Rockham, up there by Greensboro, Rockingham High School, Richmond Senior High, all that area, right. It's out about in Sand
South of Fayetteville.
Yeah, Sand Hills, in Sand Hill District. Pinehurst, Junior Pines, all that stuff going down number one.
Okay.
Do I hear a motion to close the public hearing?
So made.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All right.
And our
Mayor.
next public hearing will be
Mayor.
August the 4th at 7 p.m. Yeah.
Can I make a point of contact and
Certainly may.
also some information? Just for the citizens of Nashville and the town council, nobody has applied, inquired, or anything to the town manager or myself, the planning director, for any type of data center, crypto mining, currency. What we just want to do is get ahead of this stuff, try to get the moratorium established so we already have it in place. So if somebody do apply, we can tell them we cannot accept your application. But we just want the citizens to know that nobody has applied, inquired anything about any piece of land inside of Nashville town limits or ETJ for a data center. We just pretty much getting ahead of the game before the game starts.
Thank you, Sean.
And we need the council to adopt the resolution 2026-25, which will establish the second public hearing at our nighttime meeting. And if you did come speak today, you are cordially invited to come back that night and speak again. So don't think that this is the only meeting you can speak. You can come back on August the 4th and speak that evening also and address the council.
So do I hear a motion to approve Resolution 2026-25?
Move to approve.
There's second. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
The next item on our agenda is the Glover Park Restrictive Covenants. Review and approve a declaration of covenants, conditions, restrictions, and notice of grant restrictions for J.W. Glover Park.
Good morning, Mayor and
Good
Council.
morning.
So the town received funding from the National Park Service through the Land and Water Conservation Fund, or LWCF, to assist with the development of J.W. Glover Park in 1979, and then again in 1994 for improvements to that park at the Stony Creek Environmental Park site. So I know the council knows this, a lot of our long-term residents do. Glover Park was originally where Stony Creek Park is. It extended all the way up to 58 where the Rosemart, Taco Bell, all that is. In 1999, the town requested a conversion of use for Glover Park at that site, which was approved through the National Park Service, and Glover Park was moved to its current location. LWCF requires restrictive covenants to be placed on the property to ensure the land is used exclusively for public outdoor recreation in perpetuity and cannot be sold or converted without federal approval. And it was recently revealed that these restrictive covenants were not recorded when the land conversion took place in 1999 for Glover Park at its current site, which is what we're here to rectify today. So attached to this agenda report is a declaration of covenants, conditions, restrictions, and notice of grant restrictions for J.W. Glover Park. This document was prepared by the town's attorney. We did already send it to the Park Service for review, and they have approved it as written. So what we're asking the council to do today is to authorize town staff to take the necessary steps to get this recorded at the Register of Deeds and added to the deed at Glover Park.
Are there any questions for Corey?
I have a question.
Okay.
So are the restricted covenants removed from Stony Creek Environmental Park, or are they still in place?
Yes, sir. So those were removed in '99 when we did the land conversion. They just weren't re-recorded at the new site.
Okay.
So there are no LWCF restrictions at Stony Creek as it currently stands. We did receive a Parks and Recreation Trust Fund grant in 2011, which requires that that site remain open for 25 years, but it's not in perpetuity. However, that is one of the grants that we are planning on applying for as match for our larger project down there. And if awarded, then we would be required to put these same type of restrictions on Stony Creek.
Thank you. Any other questions? If not, do I hear a motion to approve this declaration of covenants, conditions, and restrictions and notice of grant restrictions for J.W. Park and direct the Nashville PRCR Director to record them with the Nash County Register of Deeds?
I make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Corey.
The next item on our agenda is the parking ordinance amendments. Randy?
Mayor and council, the Nashville Methodist Church has requested the no parking zone on the west side of South Hillard Street be removed to allow on-street parking on the west side of West Hillard Street between Washington Street and Church Street. Years ago, there was a house at 106 South Hillard, and no parking zone was put in place to prevent vehicles from parking on the street in front of the house. The house has since been purchased and removed, isn't there anymore, and there's no need for that restriction on the parking at that location. And we do have Scott here with representing the Methodist Church who's made this request. And Scott, if you wanted to come forward and maybe give a little further explanation on your request.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Our church has seen a influx of members over the last couple of years, and we would like to remove those two signs to give us a little bit more parking space, and also to revamp that parking along that 100 block of South Hilliard Street. I think over the years, we've had some signs have been taken down and some inappropriate signs have been put up, and we just want to come into what the ordinances say. So.
So it would be this area right here. There's a no parking sign there and another one there. This ordinance would effectively make that no longer a no parking zone, and those signs could be removed. Now, there is parking restrictions on the opposite side. There's the ordinance will sign the opposite side that there's no on-street parking on the opposite side of Hillard Street, because that's where the parking lots are.
It's also a one-way street. Do we really need to sign the other side?
Well, it's not a very wide street.
No, it's not at all. I've just never seen anyone even attempt to park on the left side.
Yeah. So the ordinance that's before the council today does a few more things. Section 2 of ordinance 2620 does away with the no parking zone by changing section 3697B1.1 to read no parking anytime on North Hillard Street west side. The ordinance currently prohibits west side parking of Hillard Street between North Hillard, on both North Hillard and South Hillard. By changing it to read just North Hillard, on-street parking would be allowed on the west side of South Hillard Street. So ordinance 2620 also corrects several errors and clarifies a couple of unclear street locations named in section 3690. One section prohibits parking on the north and south sides of Barn Street from Washington to Cross Street. Barn Street is actually a north and south street, and as such, it doesn't have a north or south side. That ordinance was in error, so this ordinance will correct that. Section 1 strikes the north and south words from that section of the ordinance, corrects the error, and does prohibit parking on all of Barn Street between Washington and West Cross Street. So there's not enough width to allow parking on Barn Street. Sections 3 and 4 of the proposed ordinance adds North Collins Street and South Collins Street designations to the sections 3697 and B1M and B1N, and now clearly prohibits on-street parking on the west side of North Collins in the 100 block and on the west side of South Collins Street, as the ordinance intended. It was just unclear. Section 5 of the proposed ordinance removes the no parking zone on Court Street on the south side. The south half of Court Street between Elm and Vale Street was closed and conveyed to Nash County in 2024 for the jail expansion, so we no longer need that to be a no parking zone in our ordinance. Section 6 of the proposed ordinance also removes the no parking zone on Elm Street from Drake to Body Street. This portion of Elm Street was closed and conveyed to Nash County, again in the 2024 jail expansion. The proposed ordinance amends 3697B1.I to prohibit on-street parking on the entire side of, let me get back to where I was here, so everybody can follow along. Currently, parking is allowed on the first 50 feet of South Hillard Street from its intersection with Washington Street. South Hillard Street is a one-way heading south with on-street parking allowed on the west side of South Hillard. There is not enough street width for parking on both sides of South Hillard Street. So section 8 of the proposed ordinance removes 36-97B.RR Court Street from its intersection with Drake. Washington Street was closed and conveyed to Nash County in 1997 and no longer exists. So that whole section of Court Street is where the new courthouse, well, we call it new, it's been there a few years already, is now located. Again, just some cleanup in our no parking zones within the ordinance. And then Section 9 of the ordinance removes 3697 B51I Court Alley. There was also an alley in that block where the courthouse is. And I can go there quick and show. It's this area here we're talking about. Court Street used to go north and south between Washington and Elm Street, and it was vacated years ago so that jail expansion and courthouse expansion could all be put in there. So these, again, are just cleanup items in the ordinance. So staff is recommending that ordinance 2620 be adopted, amending several subsections of chapter 3697, prohibiting parking on certain streets at certain times in the Nashville Code of Ordinances.
Council, do you have any questions for Randy?
Randy, I do, I'm very familiar with the streets that we closed for the expansion of the jail, and that's been done quite a few years ago, so we just cleaning up signs. That makes no difference anyway. But on Hilliard Street in particular, it's a one-way street, not heavily traveled. But if we put it parking in there, would it, in any of these streets, would it impede our fire department or rescue vehicles from getting up and down that street? If we have something happen on a Sunday during church service and there's cars parked there on one side of the street, would our fire trucks be able to access those streets?
Well, we already have parking from Washington to the end of the church building. So there's already parking there. This is just an extension of that for another
It's moving on
200
down.
feet.
But my question still,
It's wide.
would the fire trucks still be able to get through there?
Yes, sir.
That's my only concern. Okay, all right.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a couple of questions. When I looked at the whole policy, there was two others that I questioned. One is South Creek Drive, north side. I don't know if that's supposed to be a limited area, but I mean, I've literally parked on South Creek side, north side, back in the cul-de-sac. So I don't know if there's more to that queue on page 3. And there's no signs there, so I don't know what that is.
Where are you now?
Yeah.
But I want to check on that one.
Yeah, check that one out.
And then the other one, it doesn't even make any sense. It's DDD. It talks about between Church Street, between Fort and Washington. Well, those three streets don't line up that way, and so I don't know what that means.
We'll check that one
Yeah.
out too.
But those are the only two I found that were in question.
I have a couple to add to that list. For Alston Street, both sides, no parking from Washington to Church, but then it stops. Even a standing vehicle in front of my house almost gets hit. Like, I can't see why we would allow parking on Alston Street at all. The same with 58. It says 58 between Glover Park Drive and Birchwood Drive. That's a letter SS. I can't see anyone parking on the street on 58. That would be a car accident in a second. And then my final question is on Virginia.
Well, when 58 may include First Street when it gets into closer to town, so there may be
So
another
from-
sentence in there. I don't know, but it might be another sentence.
So if you look at SS, it just says NC 58 between, I don't see any other 58s in here.
It may say First Street, what I'm saying. It
Oh,
may say
I see what
South
you're
First
saying.
Street. I don't know. It may say South First Street. Sorry, go ahead.
And then Virginia, for EEE and FF, it says from Alston Street to Collins, school days 7:30 through 8:30 and 2:30 through 4, north side for EEE. FF says Virginia, school hours from Alston Street to Joyner Street, south side. So I guess I would put both of them and use the times so that it's not school hours. Because when they do like the school pickup and drop off, you want both sides to be completely free. And I'm assuming the one side that's closest to the school was done so that you don't have, random cars parked there. It becomes alarming to the school. But I would say during those pickup and drop off times that we've listed, it should be both sides.
Okay.
Mayor,
Yes.
I would offer that we table this until to the manager and his staff to have a chance to go back and look at these and look at the items that the two council people just brought up, and look this over again and revamp this before we do any passing on this. I move to table.
Do I have a motion to table this until the next meeting?
Do we have enough space on this meeting?
That's what I was wondering.
Well, may I suggest we adopt what this ordinance does, and then we'll do a look-see on the rest
A
of
cleanup
these
for the rest?
Yeah.
That's
for
fine.
the follow-up, if that would work, Larry. The church is a little eager to.
Well, I mean, go ahead and do the thing for the church, but let's, we can't do one without the other.
Right.
So yes, we can, I
Okay.
think we can approve what they have written, and then we'll come back a second time to do the cleanup for the rest of them. I'll make that motion.
I do have one.
Yes.
Do you think it would be possible, like Randy and I had talked, and correct me if I'm wrong, a crosswalk painted there at the 100 block, where if you'll turn your camera back around where Washington Street all the way down,
I think that's supposed to have a crosswalk.
yeah, have a crosswalk painted there from
Oh,
one
across
sidewalk to
that way.
another one.
You mean,
Yes, yes.
There should be one both ways, on all the corners.
Can we just pull the signs up and let them do what they do, and then after we do it, come back and readdress it? Randy?
Yes.
I have a question. It may sound silly, but in reference to what the church needs to do on Hilliard Street, can we just pull the darn signs up and let them go ahead and do what they need to do? Readdress this thing, get this, all this stuff right before we pass this, and then we have to go back and clean it up? Let's clean it up before we pass it.
The answer is yes.
Pull the signs up and let's move on.
So, Kate, you probably need to amend your motion.
I amend my motion to pull the signs up and come back and clean this up and pass
There you
the
go.
ordinance.
So do I hear a motion to table it now?
Motion to table.
A lot of motions going on here.
I know. Is there a second?
Well, no,
We'll
So-
vote table it.
tabling it.
We can
Okay.
pull the
We're
signs up
allowing
and
the
table this
church
till we
to
get
pull the
it.
signs up.
Second.
All those in favor? let it
Would you
be
like
known.
for me to pull the signs up? I don't mind.
I don't care who pulls them up.
Jason will.
Okay.
Jason will take care of it.
Thank you.
There you go. Be ready for church Sunday.
And we can do a crosswalk here too,
There you go.
before school starts.
We need to look at all those crossings, especially on Wash Street and First Street.
I just
And
don't believe
I'll
in
take a
passing
can of
something.
paint.
No, we got to go
I'll
clean
do
it back up. Don't do it.
Give me some paint and I'll help you. The next item on our agenda is FY26, the audit contract. Are you going to handle that since Tressa's not here?
Yes, yes. North Carolina General Statute 195-34 requires every local unit of government, including municipalities, counties, and public authorities, have its accounts audited each fiscal year by a certified public accountant or an accountant certified by the LGC, Local Government Commission, as qualified to audit local governments. For the council's consideration, Thompson Price, Scott Adams and Company, PA, who have been doing our audits in the past, have given us a proposal to do the town's FY26 audit, and there is an attached contract for that. This contract, the dollar amount for the audit fee is $31,000, and then they have financial statement preparation at $8,500 for a total of $39,550. And Rebecca, what was last year's? Did you have a chance to look that up?
I did look it up.
You sent me an email on it?
Just printed it out for you.
Oh.
It might have one because you were gone.
Well, it's not, this isn't a reasonable, it's a very reasonable amount for our audit. And this is what we budgeted in FY27 for this dollar amount for the FY26 audit.
39.5, we budgeted for it.
Yep, $39,500.
I was going to ask that question because it seems like a lot of money, but
Yeah, it is.
But there aren't many companies that will even
I know
do
that, I know it
so
takes a
we-
lot of time and they're certified and all that.
So do I hear a motion to approve a financial auditing contract with Thompson Price, Scott Adams and Company for our 25-26 audit?
How long have we been using them, Randy?
I think this will be the fourth year.
Okay, I move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
The next item on our agenda is the retrieval of garbage recycling carts.
Thank you once again, Mayor and Council. During the budget work session, we were discussing raising fees for the third time you're in violation of this. It was brought up by the council during the work session to also go in and clean up the ordinance on that. Where now, instead of having to move your cart, as soon as pickup is done in the evening, you'll get a 24-hour window in case you're out of town or you have to schedule somebody to remove the cart for you. So we have cleaned that up, and we also have made the correction in section 3236 stating that the fee for the third time that you're in violation of this will go from $25 to $100 to follow our fee schedule. So what we would need, Mayor and Council, is a public hearing held on this matter to see if anybody has any comments they would like to make against this or for it. And once that is done, we can go with adopting ordinance 2026-21, establishing the 24-hour window for removal of the cart or the curb and changing the fee from 25 to 100 on the third violation.
Do I hear a motion to go into public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Is there anyone that would like to speak to this? If not, do I hear a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
If, do I hear a motion then to approve
Sorry,
ordinance
I have
20?
a question.
I have a question too, Mayor.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So after F in the ordinance, when it says it's going to go up to 100,
Yes.
I think we need to specify what happens after that. So does the clock start again, that if there's a violation after that third time and they pay their $100 fine, is it a warning, and then 100? Or is it $100 for every
It's a-
infraction thereafter?
The way we've been doing it, you get your 2 courtesy letters, the third one is 25. Once we go back again, your fourth one is 25. So to continue as we've been doing, every time we go back, it's gonna be $100.
So I think we need to say that,
Okay.
that it's $100 for every subsequent violation.
Do we really need to go to $100?
Oh, I think we need to go $100 for sure, if not more, because the 25 wasn't getting their attention.
It was, Thomas Singh and now Brittany have received, we get calls for canisters left out after pickup. Thomas Singh last year, I think she sent out over 100-some letters.
Yeah.
And I-
That has jumped up. And one time we've been told to people at one place, we will come and roll your can to the backyard for you. One time, just to stop Davis from calling in, we see it a lot in the Regency subdivision where a lot of people start leaving their canisters out. Also in the Cottonwood subdivision, we get a lot of complaints over there now.
I think making it so that you can put it out 24 hours before collection,
yeah.
and you
Right.
can retrieve it 24 hours after collection does give a wide enough window.
does.
I think, too, we have to remember that this is a safety, not just an eyesore. Where when I'm pushing the stroller with my kids, I have to swerve into the road in order to get around these garbage cans, or up someone's grass, and then the stroller is looking to tip over. I've personally never called anybody about their trash cans, by the way, but I think it is a safety thing as well as just people want it to be cleaned up.
So, Mayor, my question is, I thought we were making this better for the carts, but if you read the policy under E, we're actually making it worse. Because it says the following day. It says 4 p.m. the following day. Now we're making it 24 hours, which is
Gives you that window.
11 a.m. at my house the following day. So I'm losing 5 hours. I don't need the 5 hours, but I'm saying as an example. So do we want to do that is the question.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
It was 4 o'clock
PM.
the following day
Okay,
is what it used to be. And now we're saying 24 hours. So
Oh, I see.
we just need to
right.
have, you know,
So
I
we're
mean,
giving less time on the day after
We are.
because it's 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. Yes, I agree. We should put it to 4 o'clock the following day.
Following day.
Yeah.
which is what it is.
What?
It already is.
No, I know, but I want to give 24 hours the day before.
Okay,
So I'd like to be
before,
able to put
okay.
it out 9 a.m. or 7 a.m. or whatever it is the day before, just in case someone's going to work and they're getting home late or going out of town, whatever it is.
Yeah, so right now it's the 4 p.m. the day before, and it's 4 p.m. the day after.
Right, so we'll switch to 24 the day
Before.
before, and then keep it to 4 p.m. the day after.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
The container must then be removed from the curbside no later. So we struck out the 4 p.m. and put the container must then be removed from the curbside no later than 24 hours after pickup service.
Right.
So that still gives you the day after. So if we pick
It
up
only
on-
gives you till the morning after, though. So if it's
comes before noon most of the time.
Okay, I see. I'm
So-
thinking about it comes
Right.
in the morning, you got to the next following morning to get it. But if it
That's what
comes
the new
at
policy
noon.
is. But the old policy is you had it till 4 o'clock.
Okay, so yeah, we can clean that up.
So
Do we
right,
need to
if
make
it's
it
a late
5 or
pickup.
6 for people to work? I mean,
Right.
Right.
I mean, do we need to make it 6 o'clock?
I'll say no
following
later
day?
than 6 o'clock the following day.
That way people can get home from work. I mean, I don't want them out there all the time, but at the same time, I want to be fair.
Right.
Right.
6 PM
6 p.m. the
6
following
p.m.,
day.
yeah.
Yeah.
following day.
I think it's plenty of time.
Correct.
And our neighbors need to work together and help your neighbor.
Right.
You know, it's a
see
shame.
what you
It's a
did.
shame we got to have this much discussion on getting
It
customers.
is.
Getting residents to pull a damn garbage can back in your yard. This is something that should be simple.
We're having to be Karens.
So do, any more questions? If not, do I hear a motion to approve this with the adjustments that you told Sean about, to amend section 32-36 of the code, Nashville Code of Ordinance, to increase the time for retrieving garbage and recycling carts for the curve? And you're going to change that?
6 p.m. the following, the
Right.
following day.
Okay, that'd be
Right.
great. So do I hear a motion to approve this?
I make that motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
All right.
All right.
The next item on our agenda is the MSD Facebook and Instagram account.
Thank you once again, Mayor and Council. Council, as you know, the MSD did work on a logo contest for 2 years. They finally have had somebody to submit a logo that they have approved to be their unique logo for the MSD, Municipal Service District. Also, in our previous meeting, we had discussed with the MSD with starting their own Facebook page so that some items that we may use and share does not follow on the town's Facebook page. So if, let's say, the Heritage Company is doing a sale this weekend and they tag that page, tag the MSD Facebook page, it doesn't go on the town's account. So it kind of keeps the town out of where it's just saying the MSD is letting you know. So we think this will be also good for the MSD because any events going on at the MSD, we can put up there ribbon cuttings, things going on at the farmer's market, we can utilize that and continue using Parks and Rec and tag them on our page. And also be a good chance for the MSD just to have their own stuff that they can put out for that. This page will be taken care of by the planning department. It could be a chance there's also an Instagram account made later on down the road, but we think just starting a Facebook page for them would be the first step to getting them a presence on social media.
I think it's exciting to see what the MSD is doing now, so I was real,
They're working hard.
I was real thrilled to see this. So are there any questions about this?
Yes,
So, did you have a question?
I do.
Okay.
So as far as what the town will be posting, I'm assuming it's going to be mainly MST meetings and things like that. And then how do we handle, like you said, Heritage is having a sale? Do they tag the
They would
MST
tag
Facebook
us.
page, or are they submitting something to us and we are pushing that out?
We would do it two ways. Either they could tag us, and if we feel like the content is not suitable and appropriate, we can have it removed. Or they could send it to us, just say, hey, this weekend we're doing a 25% off for school teachers for back to school. And then we could post that up there for them this week, the Heritage Company. We would open it up for any business in the MSD. If you have anything going on that you feel like should be on their social media page, we will let it be up there. But we just want to make sure that it is appropriate, being that it is the town as the custodian of the page. We just didn't want it on the town of Nashville's Facebook page to separate it, because there's somebody at Piggly Wiggly Walmart can say, well, you put something about the Heritage Company,
Right.
Piggly Wiggly's having a blowout sale on me for the 4th of July, and you won't put that up there.
Okay. I guess I just want to make sure that that is made available, maybe physically. You can hand out a flyer to each of the businesses that are in the
Yes.
MSD so that they know. And then obviously, we always push out on social media any MSD things. And then just with the logo, I love it. It's wonderful. I was just hoping that maybe a couple of these buildings are missing signs, and then the other ones have the actual name of who is currently either owner or renter of the building, but that is something that might change. And then we also have a fairness aspect there, because it doesn't list all of the businesses in the MSD. So I'd love to do just a generic sign on each of the businesses with no name.
Or take the signs off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it looks kind of plain without the signs. So I would just do generic signs on all and just not have any writing on it, or you can just do no signs at all, take them off completely.
Okay, we'll get with the contest winner and let her know.
But I wouldn't put specific names.
No. Any other questions? If not, do I hear a motion to approve the Facebook and Instagram accounts for the Downtown Municipal Service District with the corrections that the council has made? Do I hear a motion to do that?
Move to approve.
Is there a second? Did you, okay, all those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
The next item on the agenda is a closed session pursuant to NCGS 143-318.11 to establish or to instruct the public body staff or negotiating agents concerning the position to be taken by or on behalf of the public body in negotiating the piece and other material terms of contracts or proposal contracts for the acquisition of real property by purchase, option, exchange, or lease, and the amount of compensation and other material terms of an employment contract or proposed employment contract. The closed session per NCGS 143-318-11 is to prevent the disclosure of information that is privileged or confidential pursuant to the law of this state or of the United States, or not considered a public record within the meaning of Chapter 132 of the General Statutes, to review and approve past closed session minute meetings. Do I hear a motion that we go into closed session?
Move to go into closed session for personnel matters and the other items that you've just stated.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
I'd like to thank each of you for coming out. We really do appreciate it when you come out. And I would just like to thank my council for being professional at all times and knowledgeable and having good questions to ask, to correct and make things the best they can. I just want to say thank you for that too. It's always a pleasure working with you. Thank you so much for coming out.